Listen, it's been a while. We're back on the water. You know, we had some things going on, but we got it all taken care of. So hopefully we'll be getting a little bit more regular with the videos. I apologize to everybody, but so we're out right now. We're in a top secret location. I cannot disclose the name of this location or the whereabouts because I can't kill y'all for knowing. So right now we're out here for a couple different fish. We're out here for snook mainly because it's snook season, and we also like to bang into some big tarpon. So we got some tarpon rolling right now. There's definitely some monster snook hanging out in here. We had a couple good ones last week and the other day, but we got old Uncle Rob up on the trolling motor there, so you know, if you see a lot of branches in the videos, because he can't drive and thinks the fish are on land. So yeah, stay tuned, and hopefully we'll get some good ones for you. So in this area, this was all man-made in here. So these walls are dug, and then they're filled with rocks. So what we've noticed just in a lot of time of coming up here is that a lot of times you get the smaller snook and the you know, the smaller ladyfish, stuff like that, are running up along these banks. But then out here in the middle is where you're getting your tarpon. This is where you're getting your big snook and stuff. And I mean, normally in fishing, I say you work the banks because that's where everything's hanging. I got something right here. But here, you can see right now that there's bigger stuff rolling out here in the middle than there is up against them banks. Now remember, when you're seeing that, those are just mullet jumping. And I don't know what causes mullet to jump. I don't think anybody really knows 100% what causes the mullet to jump, but they pop out of the water. So a lot of times people that don't know anything about fishing, they'll be trying to cast at them like, oh, the fish are jumping over there. If they're jumping, 9 out of 10 times it's because something's spooking them. So throwing a lure at them ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna catch a mullet on a lure either, unless you foul hook it. Yeah, we've definitely done that. But otherwise, you know, I mean, some people say, oh, well, if the fish are jumping and there's a predator there, throw there. I haven't really ever found that to be completely accurate. So I try not to cast at shit that's jumping, just because a lot of times it's mullet like that just there behind me. The lady killer.
They're fucking slimy.
Yep. This is what I'm seeing. They got a soft mouth at least.
Alright, so when you see floating debris, I try to cast close to it. I mean, it is a little risky. You know, you will get hung up if you're not an accurate caster. I try to cast close to it because a lot of times the bait fish will gather around these floating branches and these, you know, these palms and stuff that are floating around, and the bigger fish will be hanging out waiting for one of those little ones to get a little too far away from it, and they'll smack it. So a lot of times when you're throwing, if you can get close to it without actually getting tangled up in it, you will simulate that bait fish that just broke away, and it's going to entice whatever big fish is they're looking to feed out to grab it. So I try to get close to those, but again, try to get close to it. Don't try to hook it like that. But it happens. Don't get discouraged if it does. Big fish. I'm not really cranking down as soon as I start. I'm giving it just nice, easy little taps, and I'm just reeling real slow. The water's a little cold. You know, fish are cold-blooded, so if the water's cold, they're cold. And when they're cold, they don't move fast. So you don't want to be cranking the shit out of that bait trying to think that they're going to race 60 miles an hour afterwards. You're going to be outrunning them. They ain't even going to go for it. They want easy targets. So what do we say? simulate distress. Sometimes the best way to do that is just to let it sit there and twitch and flop and flash. Have confidence in what you're using. You know, the more you use it, the more confident you're going to be with it. You know, if you're using like the lure type of lures that we're using right now, you want to know how deep they dive. You want to know what kind of action that they're going to have. And if you're in an area where you're consistently catching big, oh, I just missed one right there. And you're consistently catching the bigger fish, your natural reaction is to want to put heavier line and heavier leader if you're getting broke off. That's not always the best, because when you change that line and that leader, it's going to change the action of that bait. So sometimes it'll just make it ineffective and you won't be catching anything to use that big line or not. If you want the lure to stay closer to the top, you keep your pole up and give it shorter whacks. If you want it to dive deep, you drop your pole down and then you start reeling a little bit faster and give it more of a drag instead of a whack. You want to kind of pull on it and that'll make it dive down. So if different fish are hitting at different levels, you know, if you look at how snook stack in the water, the smaller ones are closer to the surface where the bigger ones are down deeper. That's just how they're sitting. It's not always necessarily how they're feeding, but you want to try different depths, different speeds, different techniques, and you want to keep changing it all up, because you don't know exactly where the fish are and you don't know exactly what's going to entice what fish to bite. So you just want to try pretty much every technique that you know. Every cast you want to try something a little bit different, a little bit different, a little bit different.
Nick, I got a bright orange one. Rapala. It's called a hothead.
I don't want your fucking hand-me-down.
Take it easy, man. See the fuck how he treats his elders?
There's something about these power lines that these fish like it under here. They like to sit under here. I don't know exactly what it is, but if anybody does know, maybe leave a comment and we'll talk about it, because I would like to know, and I don't always remember to do the research, so you know, shit happens. That's Dad. He's been trying to call me. I haven't answered the phone.
Where? Oh,
your phone's ringing.
Maybe. Oh.
Come on, man.
You know how I worry about him?
Yep. My baby boy's out fishing by himself.
Holy shit.
And I left my phone at home. He's been calling that phone since we left. I haven't answered it. He's going into panic mode.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, Jim.
Seen anything?
Seeing just rolling, but nothing happening yet. The sun, you know, still got to peek over.
Yeah, once that sun gets overhead, starts because they're deep right now.
See?
Once that sun starts coming, they'll start coming to the surface.
He's a fortune teller too.
So save yourselves.
He's got his fucking cards and his crystal ball.
All right then. How about you just pick tonight's win lottery numbers and quit fucking around?
I'm trying to.
All right, man. You feeling any better?
Yeah, that ice pack helps out a lot.
All right.
Well, you should have came out. It's pretty icy.
Yeah, you
Alright.
should have came with us. It's 46.
I bet you it was a nippy ride going up in there.
Well, I don't know. That's Nick. He didn't even have a goddamn shirt on. He took it off. He had to leave it there because he left the plug at home. He had to use his shirt for a plug.
I don't count it.
All right, man.
All right, see ya.
See you, dude.
Good luck.
Well, Nick made hoodies, sea leg hoodies, and we were supposed to unveil them today here in the boat, but everything got fouled up, the plans.
First it was the old man, because we weren't going to give him a sweatshirt. And when he asked where his hoodie was, I was going to tell him that I gave it to my mom. But yeah, when Lester asked for his, I was going to tell him that that Rob bought them. I just ordered them, and if he treated Rob a little bit better, maybe Rob would have bought him one too. Yep, Team Sea Leg against Team Prostate.
Team Prostate.
That's all they do is piss.
Oh, that's all you. Every time you see him, and one of them standing out the boat pissing.
Or they try to.
You would try to, yeah. It's just a little drizzle that comes out. If you're gonna come down here and you're gonna fish, and you want to take fish home to eat, you better friggin' know the laws, because if you don't and you fuck up, and one of these game wardens gets you, or these,
Pass them on the way out.
yeah, we gotta go right by them on the way out. So, you know, they'll get you, man. They'll get you, and they take it very seriously. I mean, you have a better chance of killing somebody and throwing them in the water than taking an illegal fish. I love it. The old man tells a story about when they were allowed 2 redfish per person. Him and Lester were out and they caught 3 redfish. Come back to the ramp and there's a couple Florida water patrol there. And the guy says, "Oh, did you catch your fish?" The old man says, "Yeah, I got fish." He opens up the cooler. He says, "Oh, there's 3. You're only allowed 1 apiece." The old man said, "When the hell did they change that rule? It was 2 apiece." They said, "Oh, they just changed it." The old man's mad. He don't give a shit about these guys. So the guy says to him, "Well, let me go check with my partner and see if he wants to use that fish to train his dog." The old man says, "Yeah, you go do that." The guy turns around, walks across the parking lot. The old man says, "Lester, get in the fucking truck. We're out of here." He jumped in the truck, drove away.
He's chasing us down and goes, "Just don't look at me."
Right?
I didn't see you.
They got lights and sirens going there.
See me.
They're on a plane. He's going to look the other way. Oh, man. That poor girl, man, she thought she was tough. She come up, she messing around. She trying to give it to the old man. He turned around and turned on her like a rabid friggin' dog. I think she looks the other way now. We don't even have to turn her head. She's already turning her head.
He goes, "Boy, that guy's got a chip on his shoulder." I said, "Well, you just got to know him."
Not fucking with him.
Yeah, anything in his boat that, shouldn't be in here? Yeah, you motherfucker.
And what pisses me off is that, like, you want to save the environment, you don't go after the weekend fishers, you don't go after the guys that work all week and they fish a couple days here and there. No, you go after those longliners, you go after the guys that are going out and they're doing it professionally and they're bringing in tons and tons of fish a year. Those are the ones you go out, go harass the fuck out of them. We ain't out here destroying the environment, we're enjoying it. Let me get me going. I'm trying to relax here. I'm trying to relax and fish. And y'all got me. I fell into the fucking trap. Rob got me riled up. I'm done. Turn that shoulder off.
Just the way quick. Hooked her in the head. Cut.
Didn't even bite it.
Nah. They just ambush them and then they get hooked. That's why they fight pretty good when they get hooked in the head like that.
I like this method of fishing right here.
Right. This is
Just let the motor do all the work and drag it.
dude. This is when my back starts hurting from casting, and my stump's starting to tingle because I've been standing on it. So I just gotta take a seat.
Fucking shoulder. I feel like a pivot man in a circle jerk. Well, I can imagine how that would be.
You really have to imagine it, or just remember it.
Something I don't want to remember.
I blocked that memory out.
But it left me crying up against the hood of the old DeSoto.
Because anything's laying down in there, they like structure, They're ambush predators. They want things to be around, to hide around. So you want to try to get it close or into the structure as much as you can to make it easy for them. Because a lot of times, even if a fish isn't hungry, it'll bite it if you annoy it enough. It'll just want to kill it and get it away from it. So when I go, I try to have at least 2 poles with me so that I can have one type of lure on one and one on the other. So instead of having to retie, every time I want to switch and try something different, I just have to put one pole down and pick the other one up. So what I'm doing now is, because Rob's unreliable with the trolling motor, I just have him put it in, turn it on, and keep it in a straight line. And then I steer from back here because I got a big skag that hangs off the bottom of that motor, acts like a rudder on a ship. So Rob gets on a trolling motor and starts doing his Ray Charles fucking act. He's up there like Stevie Wonder looking into the sky, where to go. Oh. Got a little hit. So let it stop. Just stop reel and let it sit for a second. Give her a couple little twitches, you know, make it look like they wounded it. Because what will happen is that if they come and they take a bite out of it and they don't get a solid hit, they'll flip back around. A lot of fish will hit like that just to stun them so they can get a better shot on them.
I didn't even hit nothing.
You just cast it?
Literally just casted.
So you just asked the question of, does a good pole matter?
Are you fucking kidding me? That's a $125 pole. I didn't hit the goddamn rail or nothing.
No.
I'll take this back to Dick's Sporting Goods, man. You guys are fucking out of your mind. Dude. That was just from snapping.
Literally.
Didn't it?
Yep. Literally just casted.
Holy fuck.
That's the other reason why you bring at least 2 poles with you.
I got 2.
I love that pole.
It's the best one I ever bought. I said, I'm gonna buy a nice pole.
They broke my favorite pole. The goddamn Nick was laughing at me. Got it on camera. I was crying. Oh man, that would have been an episode in itself. The old man in his skinny jeans. He looked like an overbaked muffin.
You know, and you know what he's gonna think? Are you recording this shit?
Yeah.
He's gonna think that I'm making you say that. And now he's gonna say, yeah, you know, since that fucking Rob, you've been hanging out with him, you've been hard on me.
Yeah, give our cameraman something to do.
Cast,
Damn sure you're
click.
filming no fucking fish.
Cast, click.
Say, I'd let you use my pole, but that's a goner. That really burns my fucking ass.
Nice little gar.
That's what you got when you bring the cameraman.
Yeah. Let the cameraman fish and you finally catch something. Look at that. Who'd have known?
Delicate operation. Especially when you penetrate his proboscis.
Alright, I thought it was going to be an easy release, but it's not. Nothing easy about
He's
this
being a
bastard.
fucking tard.
I know. Alright, go on. Oh shit. Alright, don't catch no more of those.
Yeah, fuck those.
Fuck those fish, man. Goddamn prehistoric. In front of fucking Caledonia, Rob.
He jumped in it.
That's
Another
two good
good-
net catches, dude.
Superb
That's
net
two today.
catches.
I am on fucking point right now.
He is 28.
28.
Yep, to the V.
He fucking nailed her good.
That's what happened to mine, man.
You better not fuck me on this net, Rob.
I'm getting down in there.
I got him. He's ready to come in. Away from the fish. Come on. We almost get there. It is. And a nice little one. Nah. Camera takes 10 pounds off it, so that was really a trophy snook. It just looks smaller because I'm such a big guy. I make everything look, you know, toy size.
So you date chicks with small hands.
Yeah. All right, so morning started out a little slow. It was kind of getting a little discouraging, but we did take home one snook. So we each caught a fish. We had that gar, and we had to like rob at a couple ladyfish, and he ended up catching a 28-inch snook. We remeasured, by the way. We were measuring wrong. It's not to the V of the tail, it's to the tip of the tail, and you have to pinch it. So we read it wrong, my bad. But we got that. We got back. All in all, it was a great day on the water. It wasn't too windy, it was just kind of right. Sun came out, it's a gorgeous day, not a cloud in the sky. And we caught fish, so it was a good day on the water. Stay tuned for next episode. Yeah. Peace out.